Welcome to Events Heist, the game show podcast about post-COVID events and the event professionals that run them. In this episode, you're going to hear from Shawn and Dahlia. Shawn is the Senior Event Project Manager at MCI Group Canada. He talks about the first summer camp he organized back in college that made everyone cry. He also shares stressful stories of things that went really wrong at an event in Panama. Dahlia is the head tech evangelist at DAHLIA+Agency. Hear her talk about her memorable experience meeting Seth Godin and a fun story about stepping in as a speaker when the keynote no-showed. Let's begin. So, Shawn, you've rolled a 2 and you're up the ladder.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
So, Shawn, tell us about the amount of events you've been involved in your professional career and how many of those are virtual.
Ooh. Well, I've been in the industry for almost 10 years now, so I would say probably over 100 different events. Funny enough, though, I think I will say 30% more are virtual because I'm being involved with virtual event way before pandemic.
Great. Awesome. All right. Dahlia, you have rolled a 6.
Yes. Watch me land somewhere.
Nope, it's all good. Tell us about the largest event that you've been involved in.
Ooh, largest event that I've been involved in. It probably would be with Lions International. And so that's an international group of peers, community members, and it's all about like doing good for society.
Okay, Shawn, over to you. You've rolled a 3. How many years have you been in the event space?
Old man.
I will say, if I really need to count professionally, I would say 11 to 12 years.
Okay, great. Dahlia, you rolled a 2.
Yes.
Oh, you almost got the ladder too.
Same question to you. How many events have you been involved in your professional career? And how many have been virtual?
2019 alone, we were involved in 85 plus.
Wow, 1 year. Tell me about the first event you remember organizing. Doesn't have to be professional, can be as a kid. It's whatever you remember, whatever jumps to mind.
I would say kind of the first event organized in a more complex scale was when I was in university. That I organized kind of a summer training camp for all the school leader. It's kind of a weird event. It's a week-long training camp to teach different student clubs leader how to do their job.
Okay, what's your favorite post-event junk food, drink, or de-stressing activity?
Oh my God. So drink of choice or poison, as Shawn and I usually go for. I know what he goes for, but I do rum and coke, no ice. So that's my poison. And then junk food is white cheddar popcorn.
What do you love and or hate about events?
I would say it's almost the same thing that I love and hate is the pressure, is the unexpected, is the stress. But I hate them, but I'm always love them as well.
Have you met any celebrities on the job, and what were they like?
They were all awesome. I have met Guy Kawasaki. I have met Seth Godin. I have met Dennis Quaid. I have met, like, I could go on for a bit. So
yeah, who's your favorite? Why don't you tell us your favorite and why?
My favorite and why? Seth Godin, because he was shorter than I was. No, I'm kidding. No, Seth Godin is a mentor. He's amazing, very inspirational.
All right, Shawn, you rolled a 6.
Oh, what's that?
All right. How did you get into events? What was the story?
It's kind of just happened because I moved to Canada in 2009, roughly. And then I was looking for things to do. My original professional choice when I was in university is political science. And then I soon to realize it doesn't work in Canada because what I study is completely different in Canada. Like, for example, in Canada, we don't select president.
Mhm.
So like the things I learned just complete garbage, at least in Canada.
Yes,
It's still
yes.
very valuable, but at least in Canada.
Tell me about the first event you remember organizing.
Yeah, so I was really big at like, helping out with homecoming and prom and, homecoming week at school. So I remember being that like organizer, but I was also big on wanting to be part of it, not from organization standpoint, but like a DJ or something like that. So I was the DJ at the homecoming. So we're together. Maybe
Move on a little bit.
we should answer this question together, Shawn.
Exactly. I feel that too.
Oh God.
Describe the exact moment that you knew COVID was going to turn the industry upside down.
It was interesting. Well, from my perspective, I was coming from an industry show in Vegas, coming back home in March. Actually, I came back March 3rd. And then all of a sudden the shutdown was happening. And the media kept asking me, when do you think the events industry is going to come back? And I kept saying, oh, maybe end of 2021, beginning of 2022. And they're like, holy shit, we can't publish you because you are full of shit.
I bet
you're
I
depressed.
bet they didn't want to publish.
You're depressing.
Yeah, it's almost because I was actually came back from Seattle from a business trip, and then we go around. But honestly, for me, it was actually in January, because I was actually in Asia in January, and then I already heard about it, and I kind of get out before it got worse in Asia. But that's kind of the moment you feel that all right, just at some point you will come to the rest of the world, and it just unfortunately they did.
What do you miss most about in-person events, and what do you not miss?
I miss the hugs and the conversations in the hallway. I don't miss the bad coffee.
Tell me about your fantasy event.
To be fair, like actually a lot of people ask me that question, but I can't really thinking about it because I guess it's just I'm a very realistic person. I don't really have like a dream scenario that is always on top of my head. But if I can say, I would say you'll be even in a city or destination that I would love to travel as well. So combining, like for me, it's always a combine the leisure and business scale.
What industries have you done events for, and what was your favorite and why?
My favorite was veterinary medicine, because so these are medical professionals, they thrive on helping our fur babies and, our kids kind of thing.
Tell me about the most stressful event you've ever organized.
We walk into the venue and the meeting room, the wall is broken. And that's it. You need to live with it because that's the room you have it. And then we walk into the venue. By the way, it's a convention center. We have 3,000 people. The elevator was broken too. So there are no elevator.
Wow.
Actually, I'm wrong. There was one elevator, which is a service elevator at the really, really far. So you need to walk literally 15 minutes to there and then take the service elevator. So that's just kind of how stressful that was. So it was a very stressful week. And then after that, it was actually that one event that I cannot wait to leave because it was just too much.
What was the longest period of time you ever worked on an event?
Longest period of time I worked on an event. Can we do it shortest?
Yeah, I can do shortest, sure.
72
What's the shortest
hours.
period of time? 72
hours for 7,500 medical professionals.
Wow. That sounds traumatic.
Very much so. That's why I drink.
Tell me about your favorite type of event.
I will actually say I like conference.
Okay.
Like I like conference. So you have session, you have trade show, you have social events, and you have a lot of different things happening, and you kind of babysitting them for a week. No matter how smart they are, they just like kindergarten when they're stepping into your venue. I kind of like it.
Dahlia, you wrote a 7.
Can see.
Oh wow!
Tell me your favorite event war story.
So I
can
have
do a
a
whole
favorite
episode on that.
hashtag for shows that have war stories, and it's hashtag shit show slow-mo.
Shit show.
Slow-mo.
Slow-mo.
Slow-mo,
Shit
like
show
in slow
slow-mo.
motion.
Yeah.
You see it happening.
So not only do you have stories, but you have your own hashtag for them.
Oh my God, I have my own hashtag. But the reason is you see it happen, you see the shit show happening. You just can't stop it. Like there's no way that you're gonna be able to stop it. So like, one of the shit shows that was unstoppable is like speakers not showing up, sponsors breathing down your neck and saying, what the F is going on here? And then you just step in as the speaker and as the subject matter expert, and you just take the stage, but they introduce you with the other speaker's bio and name and everything.
Oh, wow.
And you just roll with it. Like you just have to roll with it.
Have you read anything or watched anything recently that you'd like to share with, or that would be interesting to other event professionals?
I was watching the documentary Last Dance couple months ago, the Michael Jordan one on Netflix. I will highly suggest it. I think it was quite motivated by watching them. And also, like, I'm a basketball fan, so it's kind of a good glory, just memory of where it was when I was a kid.
Cool. Who's your favorite speaker, dead or alive?
Seth Godin. I'll go back to Seth Godin, but I will also include in there Simon Sinek and Mel Robbins.
Sure. What's the weirdest food that you've eaten at an event?
It would be hard for me to answer that question because I'm Asian, so I ate literally everything.
You could lifeline to Dahlia then.
I'm gonna lifeline to
Have you
Dahlia.
heard of Voodoo Donuts?
Voodoo Donuts, no.
So they're like,
but I'll eat one.
I think,
they sound amazing.
So they put like all these different toppings on them. So like you can have a voodoo donut that has like bacon on it, maples, like bacon.
Oh yeah.
No, not you're like,
eat one right
that's
now.
yummy, but like I'm like, so, or they'll have one with like spicy jalapenos or something on it, kind of thing. And it's a donut. I have issues with that.
All right, Shawn, you get another question.
Oh, okay.
During an event, what do you secretly desire the most during an event?
Sit down.
To sit down.
Take my shoes off, wiggle my toes.
So what are your top 3 daily frustrations? 1,
clients or professionals that say, yeah, we want to do something different, but they don't listen to you. 2, daily frustrations. The fact that you try to plan out your day, but it doesn't go as planned.
Oh yeah.
So therefore don't plan the day. Damn it. And 3, what's 3? That especially in our industry, but like I'm one for this as well, where I don't get to see or celebrate my little accomplishments, and I like just focus on the stuff that doesn't get done.
If you could pick an event pet, a pet that you take along that helps you during an in-person event, what would it be?
A dog, like a golden retriever.
When do you think in-person events will return to your region if they haven't already?
Face-to-face is here.
Mhm.
Digital is here. It's just in different formats and in different sizes. So people have to understand it might not be the 50,000 event that you're used to that got you 5 million plus on the show floor, but you are more than capable of creating face-to-face events that have amazing value, amazing revenue opportunities. It just looks different. It's designed different, and it has different numbers to it.
If you could give one piece of advice to people listening to the show on planning a great event in the current environment, what would it be?
I feel just be you, right? To be fair, like whatever you are planning, whether it's in person or virtual or whatever the hybrid is, they actually like it should be the same for you as a planner, because you are planning the event that your attendees want. You are planning the event that if you really want a little bit more deeper, I think we all need to plan our experience or events or program more inclusive.
Tell me about the trends you see occurring in the industry for the next 2 to 3 years.
So the trends are focusing more on content creation and marketing. And that will open up different type of event or experience design, as well as like micro segmentation, meaning taking a look at like your attendees and seeing what they're really interested in, then creating communities as well as content, which becomes the event itself.
Jesus.
You need exact numbers to hit the mint. Yeah. I'm going to ask you about event profs breaking shit. How did that come about? Tell us about that.
Yeah, it came from frustration, like very honestly. Last year, when everyone else need to do virtual event, the million question that we get from all the clients, what platform we should use, right? How to run my virtual events. And so we get into all those demo with all the technology company, and honestly, they're all really great. But they're also pretty similar too. And then the most frustration part is they're all talking the same thing. The sales pitch, I can literally do sales. I can literally do the demo for all the company last year because they're literally the same. And so we out of frustration. And then there's one company who reaching out to us. Then we kind of ask the question like, well, how many people you can host? And then they say, oh yeah, unlimited. And then we're like, all right, you might let us try it? And say, yeah, sure. And so we rally around almost 200 people, and we broke their system.
Do you have any crazy, funny attendee stories, best or worst?
Actually, yeah, at a show, I think this was Lions, where we had our tech area, and it was busy. We were helping people with technology and stuff like that. But because it's an international attendance, people were sleeping on the chairs and on the tables in the area, and just snoring and just like, drooling, and you couldn't wake them up. Like, Shawn, do you remember that?
I briefly.
What's your favorite TV show at the moment?
I am waiting for the new season of the what is that show called? The Spanish show on Netflix.
Money Heist.
Money Heist. Yes.
This is inspired by Money Heist, if you couldn't tell.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
The mint.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, I can't wait. Because that's
why the show is called Events Heist. Because at the time I was watching Money Heist and I was like, yeah, it's kind of like COVID stolen events. So that's how the concept came.
That is crazy.
Dahlia, you wrote a 1 and you are the winner today.
But I will take Shawn with me. He's my lifeline.
Okay. So Shawn, you move up to the top and I'm going to ask you the question.
Woo-hoo.
How do you think screen fatigue is affecting events at the moment?
It is a challenge now, I would say, for many of, because like it's obviously, because the problem is you should not look at, it's like you don't look at mirror for day, right? Because that is what happened for stream fatigue. But the funny thing is, it shouldn't be a problem because people play video game and they watch video game streaming. They're not even playing, they're watching video game streaming whole day, and they don't have fatigue. So I think as a planner, that if you feel that is the issue you need to solve, then you should just looking at what other sector have been solving that problem.
Can I
Indeed.
answer?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course. Go ahead.
I don't think it's screen fatigue. I think it's content fatigue.
Yeah,
Mm.
that might be the case.
You
right?
got boring people on screen, or if you don't like have something that's enticing or fun or entertaining. I mean, look at you, you like Money Heist because it's entertaining and it kicks ass and you're like, what the just happened right now? So imagine if you had content like that. Nobody's going to question whether it's on Zoom or whether it's on, you know, whatever platform. It's the delivery and it's the content that you are putting in front of people.
Okay, so we've hit the hour and I'm going to end it there. So thanks so much for being guests of Event Heist, and it's been great having you on.